Well, my co-host is missing in action, so Raray's going to step in.
Hey,
how you
good to
doing?
be here.
It's good to be here. And we got Louca back.
Hello.
How you been?
I've been good. How have you guys been?
I've been good. Other than my co-host, decides that being on a date is more important than the podcast. Informs me 10 minutes before showtime.
I hope she's having a wonderful time.
I hope she's having a good time too, and not like a Bob the Pilot from last week. All right, so what's happened this week? Because the weeks have been so long. Let's see, we fired some of the top Pentagon people in the military because they were too woke.
I'm pretty sure we banned paper straws because they exploded.
Right, because we need plastic straws.
Yeah.
Make plastic great again. Let's see here. There's been so much. Everyone needs to report to Elon Musk now.
We've declared a king. We now have a king.
Declared a king, yeah. Because he's a king because he stopped the congestion toll pricing in New York City.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you think he does that just to troll the Democrats and get them all like, what the fuck? We don't have a king here in this fucking country.
I think he genuinely wants to be the king.
Well, I mean, no, he does. But then he plays it off like he's owning the libs, right?
Yeah.
Well, he is owning the libs.
But no, he is. But that makes his supporters go,
Yes.
ha, ha, ha,
Right,
he's owning the libs, and not looking at the power grab he's actually doing. The one thing that pisses me off, that's why you're here, is the constant attacks on the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, that's one thing that makes me kind of laugh because I brought this up multiple times during the election season about the fact that once he was in office, everything that he's talked about doing isn't going to get done. But everything that everyone's saying, oh, he's not going to do that, don't worry about that, is going to happen. Right. Within the first, 2-3 weeks he was in office, he started going after the trans community, the queer community, like the entire LGBT community.
It was day one he went after.
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, when he did the pronouns, when he was like, there's two genders, and it's the gender you're assigned at conception. I don't think he realized by saying that he was going to open up a whole new can of worms for himself. Because at conception, we're all the same gender. We are all necessarily females until later on in the development process. Right. And so it's like...
How science actually works.
Hey, Madam President, I don't disagree with you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's just going to backfire in his face.
So do you find yourself with a lot of anxiety about what's going on? Or are you able to just tune it out?
To be honest, at first I did have a lot of anxiety, but in the recent weeks I've seen a lot of our community start filing together, with protests and just kind of attesting what he's trying to do. And I feel like eventually he's going to realize that we, as an LGBT community, as, the immigration community, the other communities that are being affected by his bills, will not let him tear us away, will not let him hide us away into nothingness again. We're going to continue to fight. And whether we win that fight or not, I feel like it's just kind of going to play out as it plays out.
Right, because you can erase everything off these plaques, you can erase everything off these government websites and stuff like that, but you can't erase the people.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then when he brought up the fact that, it's these leftists that are trying to, or that made this trans thing a thing. The trans community has been around since forever. The Native Americans, we had, it wasn't called trans, it was called gender something. It was, I can't remember the name of it right now. That is on my bad. But we were around, the trans community was around before the Europeans got here.
Absolutely.
The trans community was around during the build of the United States. But now that it has a name, now that it is more recognizable, it's become an issue. You know, and I feel like the right wing is so big on like, don't push your beliefs on me. Okay, well, we don't as a whole. You know, Pride Month is here to celebrate the fact that we have fought for our rights and to celebrate us as people being able to be who we are. It's not here to push it in your face and be like, haha, we want to know. It's here for us to be able to celebrate the pride we have in ourselves, in our community, and how far we've grown. Gay marriage has only been around 10 years now. As of this year, it's been 10 years since gay marriage was legalized and put into our lives. And I refuse to sit here and have to worry about if that's going to stay here because our president took one too many pieces of advice from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right, but that's a real thing, like, because I think in Idaho there's a court case that they're trying to go against that, and they know that it's going to reach the Supreme Court, which Clarence Thomas has already said that he would challenge that previous ruling.
Yeah, and that's something that is concerning me a little bit, is the fact that, like, okay, we have grown so much as a country, right? Why are we going to allow ourselves to continue to fall back further and further when we've done so much work to be where we're at? Right now, our country is the laughing stock. From Mexico to Canada to, you know, all these, they're laughing at us.
Right.
They're laughing at our president. They're laughing at our government because they see it themselves. It's sad when the Canadian Prime Minister has, I think it's Prime Minister, but when the head people of Canada come out and say, if you citizens of the U.S. don't feel safe, you're welcome here. That shouldn't be how it is.
Right.
Our country should not be changing this drastically this quick.
I mean, I'm a big sports fan, hockey and stuff like that. I grew up in New England, and I'm rooting for Team Canada in the game the other night. I'm going, what the fuck?
Hey, you know, I will root for Canada any day of the week over the United States at this point.
No, I'm hoping like California, Oregon, and Washington secede, and I'm just gonna go and join fucking Canada, and I'm just moving across the border.
Exactly. Like, oh, you know, California is a part of Canada now. Cool. I only live a 10-minute drive from the border. See y'all later.
Yeah.
And it's sad when, you know, citizens of the United States, people that have lived here their entire lives, have to say that because they don't feel safe here anymore. A part of me doesn't want to walk out of the house with how I normally would look, you know, because what's going to stop someone from fucking shooting me dead?
Yeah. Or doing what RFK Jr. wants to do, and anybody that's on psych meds, you know, we're going to round them up and put them on wellness farms.
Exactly. Like, it's sad. You know, it's genuinely sad how far this country has fallen in the matter of a month. Now, supposedly they're talking about, oh, we're going to impeach him. Okay, you guys impeached him 3 times his last term, and it did nothing. He still continued to try and try.
Yeah, because you would have to get 60%, you know, 60 people in the Senate to confirm it, and that's not going to happen.
No, and that's the sad part, is he has taken over our government. And it's probably a matter of a year before our whole government is fully crumbled into nothing and this country is in full chaos. Like, it's already starting.
Well, yeah, it is already chaos.
We're going to end up in a war in our own country because they decided to let a child into our office who is letting everyone and their mother talk into his ears, and he's just blurting it out like it's true.
Right, like, he's not really in charge. Well, I mean, he's in charge, but he's not really, like, he's not the one that's writing these executive orders.
It's No, and it hasn't been him running these orders since he got into office. Why do you think Elon Musk's son, mind you, his kid is what, 4,
Something
5?
like that, yeah.
Those kids don't just make things up. They repeat what they're hearing at home, at school, whatever. So for the fact of his son to tell Donald Trump to be quiet, that he is not the president, where do you think he heard that from? Because it wasn't something he just made up on his own.
Yeah.
Like, that's genuinely what I think. And if he's deporting all of these immigrants, why isn't Elon Musk been deported? He's here on a school visa, I believe, or a work visa that has expired, and that has been expired.
Well, he was here on a school visa that he never actually went to school, and he instead was working for these other companies, so he, didn't technically use the right visa or something.
Exactly.
To that.
So Elon Musk should have been deported, or at least charged with what he's been doing.
Yeah.
But because he's this big millionaire, oh, God, no, Trump's not going to touch him.
Well, just so you know, Elon must kind of like listen to this podcast. No, I don't think he listens. But he has his little rhythms and stuff like this, and our podcast gets shadow banned on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, you can't share it.
Oh, well, of course. You know why? Because they're also great friends with the person that runs M.I.A. and Facebook.
Yeah. Zuckerberg,
it's truly just ridiculous.
It's crazy how everybody just kind of just flipped to, and I mean, again, you say Trump isn't a king, but he sort of is, because everybody just kind of just bowed down to him instantly.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing it on TikTok lately. It's been coming across my page quite a bit. But a bunch of people are posting on TikTok, MAGA supporters, talking about how they are leaving MAGA and hope we'd accept them back. And it's kind of funny to think about it because, A, we never disowned you. We never, said we don't want you as our community. We blatantly said that you did not listen to the warning signs, and you're going to get what you got, what you voted for. Like, that's what you voted for. You're sitting here talking about how, he's going to bring down the price of groceries and this and that. The price of eggs, skyrocketing. The price of everything has started to go up.
Which, to defend him a little bit, that's because of bird flu, not his fault.
I know.
But the MAGA voter used that as a platform to get him elected.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, well, what is our government doing to help with this bird flu outbreak? What's going on there? Because if I'm not mistaken, one of the branches of government he's been going after is the branch of government that would be taking care of these kind of issues.
Right, like the CDC and the health department cannot put out warnings about what's going on with bird flu.
Exactly, and so it's just going to continue to escalate. But one thing I have told people from the day one is when he said he was going to bring down the price of groceries, once our economy is at a certain point, once it's gone up, there's no bringing it down. You can't just take and be like, oh, well, I don't like the way this is priced and stuff. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
And anyone that paid attention in school and paid attention when they were learning about this stuff would know that you cannot just bring the economy back down.
No, because corporations, they're going to get used to paying that price. So once you're used to paying that price, you're not going to bring it down.
Exactly.
You may bring it down if the item's on sale, but no, the price level is going to stay the same.
Exactly. The only way the price will change is A, if it's on sale, or B, if the prices of things are going up. So that's like my biggest thing is they listen to him. He feeds them, this bowl of lies, and they eat it. They go with it.
Basically support it no matter what.
Yeah. And it's like they don't realize that at the end of the day, these communities they think are going to be affected aren't just going to be affected by that. They're going to be affected. Like, MAGA supporters are going to get directly affected by a lot of this because they believed his lies. They think they're going to see these changes, and they're not.
And the farmers already are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That bill got taken away. So they're not getting any bit of that money they were promised.
Yeah.
And they're pissed.
But are they pissed enough to vote Democrat? But then again, are we going to be able to vote? That's the big thing. So.
I want to say, are we going to really be able to vote next election, or are we just going to be told, hey, he's going for a third term, that's it, bye? And that's genuinely another fear I have.
Yeah.
what's going to happen to our government in these next 4 years. And then people are saying, oh, you guys are just being crybabies. Oh, the Democratic Party is being insane. No, we're being honest. We're speaking out. You can't handle it. We're not the ones that stormed the Capitol 4 years ago that Trump just so happened to pardon. Mind you, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of these people have started getting arrested again for
It's assault charges, it's gun charges, drug charges.
SA charges, like a bunch of stuff. They're either getting arrested again or ending up dead, being found dead. And so it's like, why did we pardon all of these people and let them back out onto our streets after the things they did that day? Because now that just shows your supporters, oh, if I do a crime, I'll get pardoned for it. No. It's not how our government should work. That's not how any of this should work.
Well, hence the anxiety that we have.
Yeah. Why did you rob the bank? Oh, because it was for Trump. He'll pardon me because I said it that way. No.
So, Louca, you're leaving us, though.
Yes, I am.
Moving to Reno.
Yes.
What's in Reno?
A lot more than Kingman, sadly to say. I love my town. I love the people in my town for the most part. Okay, I shouldn't say people in my town, but I love certain people in my town for the most part, you know.
We do have a tight-knit community of like-minded people in this town, yeah.
Exactly. And so I need to be able to kind of expand out. I want to get out of Kingman and, you know, be one of the few people that were able to escape this town's grip.
That's a hard one, getting out of this town.
Yeah. I swear, I moved
it's a
out
Bermuda Triangle.
Town 4 different times in the last 5 years, and every time I'm back. And I'm like, okay, this needs to change.
Yeah, Robert, he has the same issue. She's moved out several times and always comes back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. My family's been here over 100 years. We keep coming back. I don't know what's going on.
Exactly. So I'm moving to Reno. It's 8 hours away. I'm hoping that's far enough away from myself to be able to be like, nope, not going back. Plus, originally, I wasn't planning to move. Like, I wasn't planning to be out of Kingman this year until around October of last year. A really close friend of mine told me that they were moving and needed a roommate and asked me if I'd be willing to move. And I took up the deal, or I took them up on that offer. And so December, I moved out of my trailer on Wallapai. I got all my stuff packed, and I went 2 weeks ago to go look at places out there and bought my ticket while I was down there to go back.
Yeah. Good luck with that. And you're helping out with Mohave Pride. We can't give many details at this time about it.
I can say we do have a lot of things in the works right now. Seeing as we're a new board, we are definitely working very hard to make sure that we can bring a Pride event to this town again. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We do have a date picked out. I can't very well specify the date right now.
We have to keep this all down low.
Yeah, but keep an eye out on Mohave Pride's Facebook page. We will definitely have some stuff out soon. We're definitely going to be needing volunteers this year. And we're really excited to see the community again.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite events that we do every year.
It's I think it's one of the only events I go to that we do in this town.
Right. And I remember just 3 short years ago, you know, we did our first Pride, and you were one of our first guests, and you were just kind of shy, quiet, and meek, and look how far you've come.
Oh my God, I know. Now this is, I think, the 4th episode I've done with you guys?
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3 of them at the events, and then
we did one off last year.
Yeah. It's definitely been an amazing journey.
Right, and then some of you also can't really talk, but you have a book in the works also?
I do. So I have a fantasy book in the works, and then I will be having a book I'll be working on shortly, kind of explaining the life of the LGBT community in Kingman and explaining the struggles we have to go through being in this town.
Okay. Well, when it gets closer we'll definitely have you on again, and we can do via Zoom or whatever, and have you on to promote that when that comes out, when we
Of course.
do that.
It's definitely going to be a long journey, though.
It's going to be a long few years. The last month has felt like a year.
Oh my gosh, I know. It feels like right now it feels like we should be in July. Like if this was last year, we'd have already been in July.
Yeah.
New Year's would have passed, we'd have been in July, and we'd have been thinking about how it's going to be 2025.
I miss a president where the biggest news was, he stuttered over something.
Exactly. Or he fell walking up the steps to the plane.
Yeah, he crashed his bicycle or something like that. I miss those days.
Exactly. Now it's like the biggest, like every day it's something new. And it's constant. And oh my gosh, when he did the tariffs and he stopped the tariffs, like he paused them for a month, everyone's like, oh, it's because Canada and Mexico are scared. And I was like, no, it's because they all sat down and talked. And he realized that if he does what he's planning to do, he's going to screw this country. He's going to screw our economics, and everyone's going to start hating him.
Well, more than they already did.
Well, yeah. I mean, he got shot at twice, 2 or 3 times during his election or his.
He was shot at once, and there was a close call with another one.
Oh yeah, at the golf course.
Yeah.
They should have aimed a little more to the left.
That's not the opinion of the Reality Redemption podcast.
No.
At least not publicly.
I was talking about Trump snipers because, I mean, obviously, I feel like it's just becoming more of a risk for our country right now, and it's kind of a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But I feel like at the end of all of it, I'm hoping and praying we all come together and can save this piece of land we call home.
I don't see how it happens, so.
I don't either, but I'm holding a little bit. Like, I mean, the smallest bit of hope.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
All right. And we will see you at Pride this year?
You will see me at Mohave Pride this year.
Yeah. You usually wear we're like where he comes over and stages before he gets up and performs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They've seen me in some new outfits last year compared to the year before. The outfit changes from my first year to this.
I still don't see how you get it with all those layers and everything like that. We talked about it last year, but I was just like, oh my God. Because it's hot out that time of year.
Oh yeah, I always go to the night events because it's so hot outside, and I can't deal with the heat during the day. And I hate that I miss it during the day, but I love coming out and seeing the shows at night.
Oh yeah,
But don't you have a fundraiser coming up in March?
We do. We have a drag show coming up March 15th at the Voodoo Lounge in Bullhead.
Super cool little venue over there, isn't it? It's always super fun in there.
Oh, it's always great. I'm very excited to see how this show does. We have a good amount of amazing performers coming out. This one is going to be during the day. If you guys want to find out more about that, you can check out the Mohave Pride Facebook page, and they have all the details posted on there.
And they will have merch there.
We will have Mohave Pride merch.
And Mohave Pride is in need of donations, so if they can't make the event, are there links to make donations?
Yeah, you can definitely donate on the Mohave Pride Facebook page. Any donations are greatly appreciated, and they are what we use to keep Mohave Pride going every year for not only the community, but, for the show of we will not fall. Like, we will not be hidden away. We will not be pushed away. We will survive this.
Right. And I think like this year, it's probably more important than ever to show up, attend, make donations, and just make this happen.
Oh yeah, especially this year.
Everyone needs it. I remember in 2019 was the first year. I was down on this town so bad. And that first Mohave Pride event, I was just like, wow, just to see the amount of support that this community had for that event, I was just like, all right, place isn't so bad after all.
Oh, yeah. in the last 5 years have been amazing. I've seen a part of our community that I didn't know we had.
Yeah.
It grew enormously over the past 5 years, and we hope to continue that.
Well, and that's the thing, that this has always been there since the beginning of time. This has always been there, but it's just been, people have been more comfortable just being out and open in the public as it should be.
Oh, yeah.
On it. And you always hate to make that comparison of the Hitler comparison.
Yeah.
But what community did Hitler go after first?
Exactly.
Just to test the waters. And it kind of feels, not saying that someone is like Hitler. I'm not saying that. But it feels like the same kind of attacks over the last few weeks towards the community.
It has, and that is something that I've realized, but that's why right now, more than ever, I feel Mohave Pride is a really big event and a really important event to our community, especially the younger community that grows up here. Because my biggest thing is I want this event to kind of be able to help those younger people realize that they're loved and supported in this town. As of the last couple of years, we've had protesters outside the event, but they stay way down at the other side and keep to themselves and just kind of do their own thing.
And they were friendly for the most part.
No one harassed anyone.
Yeah.
It was just, we had our event, they did their thing, and we enjoyed ourselves.
So yeah, we can all get along.
Exactly.
Coexist.
We can.
Yeah.
It's just something I hope we can continue to do and help continue to better our community. I would definitely like to say that I'm excited to see how this event's going to grow with the new board. And I don't know, I'm thrilled to see how we do.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
And we got some stuff to talk to you about in the upcoming months.
Awesome.
So we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right.
And thank you for filling in for Snow, who's
You're
out on
welcome,
a date.
Snow. I hope you're having an amazing time.
Yeah, this guy better pass the test.
Right.
All right. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.